when I got to Wall Street, I took a company public and I discovered how much mischief there was. And it wasn't a big, I'm not Sherlock Holmes. People asked me to take part in it. And once they got to know me, people asked me to take part in it. So it wasn't that very hard for me to figure out what was going on Wall Street. And what was interesting to me was that when I went to Washington with all the evidence, by 2005, I had all the evidence that 2008 was going to happen. I had all kinds of, I had Harvard PhD economists. I had insiders from, Staten Island. I had insiders from Goldman Sachs. I had some former regulator. I had everything put together. And it was something like, did you know that Bernie Madoff had somebody figured him out named Harry Markopolos? And for 6 years.
Yeah, I remember he wrote a book about it. Markopolos wrote a book about it. No, Markopolos wrote a book about his attempts to get the SEC and others to pay attention to Madoff.
He went in 6 years in a row and explained to them Bernie Madoff's a fraud. And 6 years in a row, the SEC said, thank you very much, and shut the door in his face. I had the same experience. I knew that 2008 was going to happen. I knew that there were grave problems. And it was interesting. I went to all the people you would think one would go to. You know what it was? I like to say it was like, I thought the world, until then, I thought the world was like the Pelican Brief, where Julia Roberts figures something out and she types it up and puts it on the internet, and the DOJ swoops in and the Washington Post swoops in, and mischief, No, what really happens is all the true forces of power and authority that are always behind the scenes sort of emerge and show themselves or bear themselves in order to confront. So it was very interesting. And I learned that I went to the SEC and the FINRA and NYSE and NASDAQ and the House Financial Services Committee and the Senate Bank Committee. And what I discovered is it was all corrupt. Everyone was bought off.